The water softening system takes out the magnesium and the calcium in the water. This system also has a chlorine filter, so it's a carbon filter. Takes out all the chlorine that our water is used when they use the filtration systems, or when they filter our water here in Arizona. They dump thousands of gallons of chlorine in. So the system also pulls the chlorine out of the water, but this also has a heavy metals and bacteria filter, plus a taste and odor filter that is built into it as well. So when when you turn on your faucet and you smell the chlorine kind of coming up through the hot water and stuff, this is supposed to prevent that. So this system is like the #1 system I would recommend here, especially here locally in Arizona, because they're built here locally in Arizona and they're built to combat Arizona water. Over any of those other main American water, stuff like that, those are built for the United States. They weren't designed for Arizona and Nevada water, where we reuse our water. So if you do a water softening system, if you do like on a builder's loop, the only places that on a builder's loop that would not have any soft water or filtered water, it's on the cold side of the kitchen faucet and also on your hose bibs. But now in this case, that the whole home is tied in, it's a whole home filtration. What you would do is usually you would put it on the cold side in the kitchen, an RO system for drinking water. Then if you want to tie your fridge into it, you can we run a designated line for your fridge as well, so that your fridge would actually have RO water coming out of it as well. Most time when you see those ice cubes that come out of your fridge, and they're all like fogged up and stuff like that, when it comes down to RO water, most of the time they come out crystal clear, because that fog is actually coming from the contaminants in our water. So stuff that the carbon filters on your fridge can't get, that's what is showing in the ice cubes. So we'll put it into a regen mode. Obviously the system is empty right now. So once we go into here, this is what we do. We start putting it in. You'll start seeing all the activated black carbon. See all the black carbon? Kind of like a gray color. That's all the black carbon that's activating in the system here. So we'll use that to bleed all the air out of as well. So this is actually pushing air out of the system right now as well. Is this your laundry room, I'm guessing? There it is. It's going straight in the laundry room. Once this fills up, you're going to see a really big black burst of black. There it is. There's the black. That's the activated carbon. It's activating itself right now. So we don't have it going into the house right now. We want to push all this activated black carbon out of the system and so it runs clear. Then we run it through all the cycles and get all the air out of the system as well, because we don't want that going into the house. Granted, it's not going to do anything wrong to it, but at the same time, you'll have black water coming out of your faucets for a while. So we don't like doing that. We want it to drain out, so we like to push it out this way. That runs a little clear here. As you can see, it's starting to clear up a little bit. Okay, I'm seeing clear water now up here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit that into the next cycle here. And what's happening is inside it's spinning and it's opening each chapter or each cylinder of the filtration system. And it's kind of blowing out all the extra water, all the carbon that's activated in there. Then we'll hit into the next one. We'll start seeing some little bit of bubbles coming out of there. You'll see a little bit of black carbon coming back out again. It's activating all the filters in this system. And that's when we kind of go through, we let it run all that black out of there until in each cycle. Which that black activation, that color that we're seeing, that's what we want to see. Because that means the carbon is activating like it's supposed to. Okay, so I see some crystal clear water up here. Going to the next one. And then obviously once we activate everything, I'm going to put it back into a regen mode, let it do its fill-up process and everything like that. But I want to make sure all the air bubbles are out of the system and all the activated carbon's out of the system. And then we can turn this on now to the house. We're going to let that fill up. That's going to fill our tank up here. And now is all set.
How much should you keep in there on the average?
A minimum of 50.
Minimum 50.
Yeah,
Okay.
so once it starts getting low, I would throw another bag in. The system that night when it goes into regen or whenever it goes into regen mode, it will recalculate how much salt is in the tank.
Yeah.
And then you guys will be set.
Okay.
You'll definitely
how
notice
often
a
does it
difference.
regenerate and do that flushing?
Once we go out of the fill up here, I will check the system and what it's scheduled to, and
Okay.
we can set it to whatever you like.
Oh, okay.
So if you want, we can set it to gallons, or if you want, we can set it to days. So it's completely up to you. By
One
the
better
usage.
than the other, or?
So when the
Only
more,
the two of us.
when it cleans itself out is really good for the system, because then it prevents any type of backups or anything like
Yeah.
that, or any type of clogging that happens in the system. But when it comes down to, the more it regens, the more salt it uses. So
Yeah, I
that's
can
the biggest thing.
understand
So
that. Okay.
and what I usually like to do is I set them for every 7 to 8 days.
Okay.
Regen once, every 7 to 8 days, once a week, maybe,
Once a week,
week and a day, that's kind of the general rule of thumb. But, we can schedule it for twice a month, whatever you guys would like.
Well, I'd like to do what's best for the
What's the best system to protect it,
Yeah.
100%. So yeah, what I usually do is like every 9 days, I like to schedule it for, regen mode. And it'll be at 2 AM in the morning.
Okay.
So when everybody's in
Yeah.
bed sleeping, that's when it does the regen. This is
Okay.
actually your service manual right there too as well.
Excellent.
So if you guys ever want to change anything, you can
Yeah.
either call us or we'll come out and rechange it for you. Or if you guys want to really get into the system, there you go. That's how you do it.
I'll be reading them.
Yes. So a regen mode is when the system has the dirty water that comes in from the city comes in. What it does is it goes through all the channels and everything else like that, and then the filtered water goes back into the house. Well, all that contaminants that are sitting inside the tank there are sitting in there, and it needs to regen. Regen is when it goes into a cleaning cycle. It cleans all that contaminants, backwashes, all that nasty, just like your pool pump. When the pool pump goes through and cleans your pool out and stuff like that, it catches all that bacteria and all that stuff. It has to do, you do a backwash on your system to clean out the tank. Same concept. We're backwashing the system, and it goes into an automatic backwashing, which it goes into this drain line here, and then it cleans itself out every 7 to 9 days, whatever you guys would like it scheduled.